Alright, so we're going to teach you guys how to change your steering fluid in your truck. So the first thing you're going to do is take off some random cap that you think is the steering fluid reservoir. Grab some suction device. Some people use turkey basters. I use this little grease gun looking thing. Suck that fluid all up and out of there. Make sure you get it all. Then you struggle trying to get this big tube up out of that small little hole. Once you get that thing pulled up and out of there, you take your suction device and squirt it into your 5-gallon bucket. That way you can go dump this in the sewer grate somewhere all at once instead of having to make multiple trips. So then you set your grease gun looking thing down. Get your brand new power steering fluid. Start dumping her in there. How much do you dump in there? You don't know. Just pour it in there. You want to make sure you underfill it. That way you know your dipstick is accurate. How do you know it's underfilled? Well, you're going to go around. First you're going to put your dipstick back in there. Make sure you can see it on the dipstick. You can because it's all mixed up in there, and you're too impatient to wait for that stuff to settle. Check it a few times just to double check. Then you're going to walk around. You're going to start up your truck. Once your truck is started, you're going to hear this little grinding noise coming from your steering box. That's how you know you're underfilled. Then you can just go ahead and add a little bit more fluid in there. Make sure you turn your tires side to side. That way you really know how much. That way you really know you're underfilled. Then you're going to come walking around to the front of the truck again. You're just going to double check with the dipstick. Make doubly sure you're underfilled. If you were running that with a lot of air inside the lines, it's going to get really foamy in there. And that's how you know you're underfilled. So then you got to triple check it. Know that you're underfilled. And then you're going to add a little bit more. Mix her up some more. And then suck her on up and out of there. You want to make sure you suck that fluid up and out of there at least 2 or 3 times. Make sure you got clean fluid all the way throughout that whole power steering system. You want to make sure when you put the cap back on, you cross thread it. That way that fluid cannot escape. You also want to make sure that there's a lot of snow on the ground. Nobody likes doing this stuff in comfortable weather. So there we are, sucking our fluid up and out of there again. This time it's not as much of a struggle to get that hose out because it's already lubed up. Go ahead and squirt it into the bucket. Like I said, it's going to make dumping this in the storm drain a lot easier. You only have to make one trip. Make sure you get all that fluid up and out of there. Set your suction device back down. And this time you're going to add the proper amount of steering fluid. It's going to be hard now because there's a lot of foam in that steering box. But you can make it work. When you think you got enough, you probably don't. You're probably going to need to add more. That's just the way it goes with this sort of stuff. Now you're going to set that cap back on there. Put your dipstick in there. You can double check it. Make sure you're kind of close this time because we want to get it right. Don't want to be underfilled this time because we're actually going to be driving it down the road. So you want to double check, triple check that stuff. Like I said, it's going to be hard to tell because it's all foamy in there. So you're going to go walk back to the truck. As you're walking back to the truck, now you want to check and make sure you're actually changing the steering fluid. You don't want to do this first because you want to learn from experience, learn things the hard way. So if you weren't right there, that's how you tell. You're going to know exactly where that steering box is the next time you have to do this. If you missed the hole the first time. Luckily this time we did not. I'm not going to say how I know where the steering box is, but I know where the steering box is now. So we're turning our tires back and forth here. And then we're going to double check our fluid levels again. Make sure we got enough in there. And then since we had to wait for the foam to settle, we're going to just triple check that thing again. And, very important, make sure you're doing this in the frigid temperatures. Like I said, nobody wants to do this when it's 70 out.